Hello everyone, welcome to Chef Mel's Kitchen. Today we're doing something sweet, we're doing a bit of baking because one of my students asked me for a recipe using chocolate because I think there might be a bit of chocolate flying around the house considering it's Easter. So I thought I'd make a batch of chocolate cookies, triple chocolate cookies, that sounds right up my street, using only 4 sort of simple ingredients, well 3 types of chocolate, but 4 simple ingredients, again all long shelf life items, all stuff that you could get in your fridge and your cupboards. I'm adapting this recipe from a recipe from Delicious magazine, which is a publication of recipe magazines. Delicious is really good. Good food magazines are really good as well. And the Sainsbury's magazine is really good for recipes as well. But I'll be working on that. I'll just go through the ingredients and what we'll be using today. So first thing, we'll be using some chocolate. Now I'm going to use a ratio, a bit of maths here. So I'm going to need 400 grams of chocolate. This makes quite a lot of cookies. I reckon this will make about 30 sort of decent sized cookies, but we'll see near the end how many. I'm going to do it in batches, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, so you need 300 grams dark chocolate, nice dark chocolate, and I'm going to use 100 grams of milk chocolate. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to break into my Easter egg nice and early. So I'm going to break into this. Oh, satisfying. And I'm going to use 100 grams of this and 300 grams of dark chocolate. Oh no, we certainly can't use this bit in the recipe. So, bit of maths. So if we had 75% dark chocolate, 25% of milk chocolate, how would we put that as a ratio? That'd be a little bit of maths for you. Interesting. And as well as that, so we've got the dark chocolate, we've got the milk chocolate. You'll also need 300 grams dark chocolate, 100 grams milk chocolate, and 100 grams of white chocolate buttons, which you could just use normal white chocolate broken up into pieces, but you can use that. You'll need 200 grams, if I'm correct. 100 grams, of butter. You'll need 2 tins of condensed milk. Just very sweet, very thickened, long shelf life milk. And you'll need 450 grams of self-raising flour. And obviously the self-raising flour is plain flour with the addition of a raising agent. That raising agent is baking powder, that's correct. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get something called a bain-marie. Now my catering students will know what that is. And a bain-marie, really simply, is you get a pan, just a normal saucepan, you put some water in it. So pour some water in there, and I'm going to put a bowl on there. Now that bowl, I'm going to break my chocolate into there, and I'll show you in the next stage. Break my chocolate into there and my butter and melt that together. And what that does is it has heat, indirect heat. So it means that the water that's boiling here will help the chocolate and the butter melt together without it burning. And I thought actually, a bain-marie is a French term. I thought it was from the times of Marie Antoinette, but I looked into it today, and a bain-marie, the term is actually from the 1st century, from a medieval alchemist called Mary the Jewess, she was called, and she actually invented the term in about 100 AD, so it's from medieval Latin, that term, meaning Mary's bath, but she was the inventor, the alchemist, who used to turn chemicals into another form of chemicals, like people turning iron into gold, or that's what they used to try and do anyway. So those are all the ingredients we need, and now I'm going to go on to the step-by-step of how to make them. Put your butter in the bowl over the boiling water and break your chocolate once you've weighed it into that bowl. Using your bain-marie, melt the butter and chocolate, the milk, the dark and the butter, until it's all melted together into a smooth substance. Carefully take the bowl of melted chocolate and butter away from your bain-marie and then add your condensed milk. And make sure you get all of that lovely condensed milk there. Waste not, want not, so get that one in there and get this in there. And you need to do this whilst the chocolate is still warm, is still in its melted stage. So I am making a double batch today, hence the 2 tins, because I'm going to be giving some to my neighbours, obviously following the 2-metre distance rule, but giving some to my neighbours and to some builders that have been working next door. So whilst that's still warm, stir that into your melted chocolate and butter mixture And once it's completely combined, then let it cool down for about 5 minutes. Add the flour. As you can see, you do need quite a large mixing bowl for this. Add the flour and add your chocolate buttons and stir that until it's all really well mixed. Once you're sure that the mixture is all really nicely mixed together, put it in the fridge for 10 minutes for the mixture to firm up a little. Line a large baking tray with some greaseproof paper, and then you grab sort of tablespoons of the mixture, and then with your hands, I think we're gonna make them into big cookies. I think, yeah, these will be big. Make them into sort of tablespoon size sort of balls like that. And put them on there. And we're going to do them in batches. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do 9 along there. We're going to bake them for 16 minutes, 1-6. See how they turn out. I might alter the instructions if they need shorter or longer. But I'm going to try 9 on the tray at 16 and then see how they turn out. If you want to make sure all the cookies are the same size, as you're using the tablespoon, you can weigh it out as you're shaping them. So these cookies are all between 45 to 50 grams each, so making sure that they're all the same size. After they've had their 16 minutes with a dry oven cloth or oven gloves, take them out the oven and allow them to cool for 5-10 minutes, and because they're still quite soft, they'll firm up. Put them onto a cooling rack and then you can do the next batch. Et voila! Triple chocolate cookies. If you want the white chocolate chips to remain visible and not melt, leave it a little bit longer at that stage where you add the self-raising flour and the white chocolate chips. Leave that chocolate condensed milk mixture a little bit longer, otherwise the white chocolate chips melt into it. But these taste amazing and smell amazing.